We're just south of Reamer, Minnesota. I'm going to be staying at a dispersed campsite that I visited about 3.5 years ago. I had some weird things happen back then. I haven't stayed overnight here since, so I figured we'd give it a shot. Now, Toby wasn't around back then, but he's with today. I thought, see what he thinks of this place. The temperatures have really warmed back up here in Minnesota. You might remember last weekend, 6 below zero. Today is like 34 degrees out. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 38. It's going to be just gorgeous out. I did bring a spud bar and some fishing equipment. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get out on the lake though. The campsite that I hope to stay at's just on a little unmanned lake. There's no information on the DNR's website about it. It's probably because there's a winter kill every year. It's probably no deeper than 10 or 15 feet. We're going to find out, though, as soon as we get into this campsite. I forgot how narrow this trail is. It doesn't look like anybody's been back here either. There's no tracks in the snow. Here it is. Picnic table, fire ring, and a lake. This is gonna be a good weekend. I'm sure by the end of this weekend, I'll be asking myself, why did I wait so long to come back here? Come on, Toby. Let's go check this place out. Just an absolute slice of heaven. Just gonna get the fire pit dug out, and then I'll show you this place. Doesn't look like much of a fire pit, and I'm thinking they must have been burning pallets in here. Maybe after we have a fire we can clean it up. Man, I hope I don't pop any tires. Great. So like I was saying in the truck, this campsite, it's south of Reamer. We're in the Land O'Lakes State Forest. It's not a very populated area out here. There's not a lot of anything out here. Even Reamer, which is like 15 miles away, is maybe got 350 people. I think I told you that the lake was on an unmanned lake, and it is, as I meant to say, it's on an unnamed lake, but there's no cabins, there's no people around, there's nothing out here. Probably a really good area to go deer hunting, and thankfully that's over. Muzzleloader season is open right now, but we don't have to worry about that as much. One thing that this area is known for is Bigfoot, and that kind of has to go with what happened to me a couple of years ago, because I was staying right here, closing out a video when I had what I thought was 2 rocks thrown at me. Sounds like someone's throwing rocks at me. And that's where I was standing, just right there in the middle of that clearing. No oak trees around. Some people said that it could have been birds dropping things. Very well may have been. It was strange though. But I didn't come out here because I wanted to make a video talking about Bigfoot. I wanted to come back out here so I could kind of put that behind me and we can start using this place as a campsite again. Hear that chipmunk going crazy? He is not happy with me. There's another campsite not too far from here on White Oak Lake. It's absolutely beautiful. We stayed there last year. That campsite is usually taken. This one is usually empty. So that's why I was hoping we could come back here, put all of that stuff to rest, and just find out how comfortable it can be. Just right down this minimum maintenance road. People have definitely been here. Looks like they cut a lot of wood too. This is a beautiful campsite, and the last time we were here, made an amazing meatloaf. There was 2 picnic benches here back then. I ended up tipping them over, using them kind of as a windbreak. It was cold that night. Looks like someone left a grill out here. Any mice home? Nope. I'm gonna bet that a hunting party left this behind. Think of all the things you could cook on that. A lot of wood too. And that's White Oak Lake. It's only 15 feet deep at its max. I'm not sure how many fish are out there. It looks like someone pulled a sled. Yeah, people have definitely been out here, and it looks like they've been cutting spearing holes. Well, I'm guessing they brought a chainsaw out here because that's a pretty clean cut. There's another one right over here, and then one right there. Ooh, she's slippery. I know some people are going to be concerned that I'm walking out here, but you can see they drove an ATV out here. There's plenty of ice. You'll have to let me know if this is a campsite that you'd like me to bring you back to. It's not too far from my house. It's easy to get in. I could leave Friday night after work and set up here, make for a little bit longer of a weekend. That's always nice. And it's been probably a year since we've been here last. I think now we're gonna head back up to the camper, start the fire, and just kind of chill out for a little while. It's got to be 35 degrees out here yet. I'm definitely going to be cooking over the fire tonight. Just a little windy out tonight. I've had people ask me why I always use this store-bought wood, and it's really because it lights so easy. I do bring wood with. It's in the back of the truck. For the last couple of months, I've been bringing my own stash from the house. It doesn't burn as fast as the stuff you get at the gas stations, but in the wintertime that works out well. By 5 o'clock it's already dark. That gas station wood, it burns up quick. This stuff lasts a little bit longer. Now we can sit down, relax, enjoy this fire for a little bit. Nothing like a campfire and a sunset. We're gonna get supper started in here, and then we're gonna go finish it off on the fire. So I'm gonna be making bean soup, and it's gonna take about 2 hours to simmer over the fire. But since it's starting to get cold, we're gonna start the soup in here. First, I'm gonna melt 2 tablespoons of butter, and then we're gonna be adding in 10 ounces of this diced smoked bacon. Don't worry if the bacon starts to burn to the bottom a little bit, because that's just going to add flavor. Next up, we got about a cup of onions and a cup of celery and a cup of carrots. We're going to cook this for about 2 minutes. Next in, it's going to be 8 cups of vegetable stock. I've been soaking the beans since yesterday. I put them in a gallon bag, filled it full of water, put them in the fridge, so they should be ready for this. Now we're just going to dump them in. Now that we got it going to a boil, we're going to put the cover on and carefully bring this outside. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Now we're going to let this go for about 2 hours, and it's going to lose some of the liquid inside there as it cooks. Looks like the grate is pretty even. I'll just keep a close eye on the coals, feeding wood in there as it needs it. We've got a little bit of wind, so I don't think that I'll be getting the Dutch oven too hot. Should be good, I hope. A couple hours, we'll find out. After simmering for about an hour and a half, we're going to add a couple more ingredients. We got 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes. We're going to put in a teaspoon of chili powder and 2 teaspoons of garlic. And we're just going to go dump this right in the soup. And we're going to let this simmer for another 30 minutes or so, and then add one more spice packet. So I've got a confession. This recipe is really close to what you're going to find on the back of Hearst's 15 bean soup. It's one of my favorite bean soups. The only difference is instead of using 8 cups of water, we use the vegetable stock, added a couple of more vegetables. What I really like is their spice packet that they provide. We could probably figure out how to make it on our own, but this is just so much easier. After it's been simmering for a half an hour, we're going to go put this in about 15 minutes, we'll be ready to eat. One of the things I didn't show was you're definitely going to want to check this often. That vegetable stock is going to evaporate, and you're going to have to add some water to it. Ooh, that is looking so good. In with the last packet. Well, 15 minutes, we'll be eating. I do have one more thing, though, that I'm going to throw on this fire. I got some dinner rolls. I've never tried doing this before, but we're going to put these right on the fire. I'm going to wrap them up in tin foil first, and then we'll clear a spot that's not full of coals and lay this down. There are so many nails in here. It's crazy. All right, looks like I got all of the hot coals removed. We're just going to set those there. Probably flip them every 30 seconds or so. It should just take a couple minutes. You don't want them to burn. The soup is smelling amazing. This is going to be a good supper. The stars are out. One got just a little burnt. Ooh, that is going to be good. Hot. I should have used this like... Delicious. I should have brought some oyster crackers. This is going to be good. You can really taste the smoked bacon and then sitting over the smoky campfire too, but I think that the vegetable stock adds also a lot of flavor to it. This way you're not having to add any more salt to it. It's just a really good soup. I'm going to finish this bowl and then head out to the campfire for a little bit. Maybe even go on a late night walk. We'll have to see. I'm glad I came back out here. This is everything I look for in a camping spot. It's remote, it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's away from everything. There's absolutely nothing to be scared of. We talked about this a couple of weeks back in a video, and sometimes you get in your head and just make things up. This is a nice spot. It's been pretty quiet. The only thing I've been hearing is the sound of the lake. It's definitely making ice. But don't worry, I'm not going to go walk on the lake. I have no idea if there's any springs out here. It's so quiet. I don't know if you can hear that or not. The lake is just rumbling. What is that? I wonder if it's a car coming down the road. I have no clue. So it's probably about 11:30 right now. If this guy sees me walking around out in the woods with a flashlight, he's going to be pretty freaked out. I've just got the camera light on Figured I'd walk down the road, see if there's anybody coming, but I don't see anybody. I'm wondering if I was just seeing the moon. You can kind of see that orange right there. It's the moon. Maybe that's what I was seeing. I think I'll head back to the camper and call it a night. I'll see you in the morning. Started raining on us this morning. If it gets any colder, it's going to be snow. I thought we were going to get 40 degrees today. That's not going to happen. I just checked the weather channel. It says it's supposed to be snowing right now. I think we're probably going to get heading home for the roads turn into glare ice. I hope the temperatures don't dip. I don't have a far ways to go, but that's by, northern Minnesota standards. It's still over an hour drive. What do you think, Toby? Should we get packing up? I wouldn't mind seeing a little snow, I guess. I was just thinking, we only have like 17 more days until Christmas. This year's flying by. Come on, Toby, let's get up. Unfortunately, no fishing this weekend. Oh, we're going to get home before this turns into ice. We'll do this again next Tuesday. Until then, be kind, be honest. We'll see you down the road. Oh, let's go home, Toby. Keys. Great.